Okay, just 2 weeks old. You can see how they come from the bamboo shoots. So before we harvest them, see all those larger pieces there, they come shooting out. Okay, you can see look at the massive biomass, the leaf biomass, and how bright green. Because due to the roots now, they're not going to have any dry leaf. Dry leaves are absolutely normal, but they minimize when the roots go in that year 1 year. See, these are no green and no dry, very little, because we had very hot weather. And once again, I repeat myself, it's due to the vetiver just getting the root systems established, like any plant. Okay, so yeah, we're excited about this progress. We're here to share with the world of the progress of the plantation owner, his EFB, his FFB production, the speed. There's an increase of ripening. That's taken a special note. So there's real experience and a real practical evidence. And these fronds, these composting system, now we're going to put a whole new layer of leaf. They should have done that 2 weeks ago, because the microbes now are working so hard. There's so many, because now that they're cut, there's going to be more wind blowing and more drying, but we're not going to be cutting them. We won't be cutting them again. Only harvest them when they're about 5 foot, and then we'll just keep them like a hedge 5 foot. And all the top, they'll grow 6 foot, 7 foot in a short period of time. Then we just throw it all in there. Okay, all in on the top. So you got the high protein level of the vetiver leaf combined, because you're not transporting it. So easy, cut and drop. You can see here, look at this. This is really a beautiful, I mean, I have to show you this again. So there, the hedge, look at that beautiful vetiver there, look at that. And that's all of them, are just the same. And we're going to plant them in between. So there's quite a big gap there, as big as my iPhone there. Right, so we need to plant, there's one there, remember? So we need 1 there, 2 there, 3. So we can plant 3. And we are going to plant 3 in the next week or 2. Okay, because it's going to take, 6 months before that one meets that one. We want a hedge to stop that wind. The wind blow is drying out and keeping the microbes. You can dry it, you want moisture. Okay, it holds the moisture. With more moisture with the microbes due to the liquid fertilizer, it's the fast track. I mean 6 times faster than standard composting. So that's the fundamental. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, the fast track. Look at that big one at the end there. We planted a cluster. So you're going to see from those other beds how fast these are going to shoot. And then, like I said, they're going to go 6 foot or 5 foot high. Then we just keep harvesting. And some, because we want, the more we cut in the first 8 months, the faster and bigger they're going to grow. We want the windbreak. So we're going to cut them at least 1 foot, 2 foot. That alone is going to help the hedge. With one of its primary reasons is to slow down the wind and to put moisture. You imagine the leaf is going over the top, shading the actual fronds. So there's shade, there's temperature. And when you've got living microbes in the liquid fertilizer, and all those microbes which are not there, normally there'd be very little. And the only ones which are composting in a normal frond pile without this vetiver hedge, and without putting fertilizer on it, a liquid organic fertilizer, it takes months, 8 months, and even when by the time it breaks down, there's nothing left. It may be good for the topsoil in that area, but very little nutrients. The minerals and the elements are very minor, very low. But we are supercharging. So when it floods and rains, the runoff from these frond SOS beds are so valuable, because all the little particles of the breakdown, the humus turning into organic fertilizer, into a super compost. So, and they run, and that gets dissolved and runs into the root system that keeps the actual nutrients and the leaf mulch. So you're building up, you're fertilizing the actual plants, which will help when the tree grow, insulating the soil. So you got all these combination, all these benefits, multi-purpose, multi-use. Okay, so here's a beautiful example of a very mature tree. I just got them to fertilise this. It's always best if you can to give them a good fertiliser after you cut. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to, but naturally if you do, there's a massive difference.